Have you ever waited for something, but you weren't quite sure what it would look like? That's where we begin, in Jerusalem, just days after Jesus had risen from the dead and returned to heaven. Before he left, Jesus made a promise to his followers. Wait here. You're going to receive power, the Holy Spirit, and when he comes, you'll be my witnesses to the ends of the earth. But they didn't really know what that meant. They didn't have all the answers. So, they waited. About 120 believers were gathered in a house in Jerusalem, men and women, friends, disciples, all united in prayer. And on the day of Pentecost, a Jewish harvest festival, the city was buzzing with visitors from every nation. The streets were filled with people, all speaking different languages, all gathered to worship. And then, something extraordinary happened. Suddenly, the house where they were praying was filled with a sound like a powerful wind, not from outside, but from heaven. Then they saw something strange. Tongues of fire appeared, flames, and they came to rest on each person in the room. But instead of fear or chaos, something else happened. They were filled with the Holy Spirit, God's own Spirit, now living inside them. And they began speaking, but not in their own language. They started speaking in other real languages, ones they had never learned. Word spread fast. People from all over, Parthians, Medes, Egyptians, Romans, Arabs, heard the sound and came running. And here's the wild part. Each person heard the disciples speaking in their own native language. They were amazed. "How is this even possible?" they asked. "These are Galileans. How do they know my language? They're talking about the wonders of God." But of course, not everyone believed it was a miracle. Some scoffed and said, "They're just drunk." That's when Peter, the same Peter who had once denied Jesus, stood up. Now filled with the Holy Spirit, he spoke with confidence and passion. "These people aren't drunk. It's only 9 in the morning." Then he explained what was really happening. This is the fulfillment of God's promise. Long ago, the prophet Joel said, "In the last days, I will pour out my Spirit on all people." That's what you're seeing right now. Peter continued boldly preaching about Jesus. "This Jesus, who you crucified, God raised him from the dead. We are witnesses of that. And now, he has sent his Spirit, just like he said he would." The crowd was deeply moved. They weren't just hearing a speech, they were experiencing something powerful, something real. They asked, "What should we do?" And Peter replied, "Turn away from your old life. Believe in Jesus. Be baptized, and you too will receive the gift of the Holy Spirit that day." 3,000 people believed. They were baptized and added to the community. From a small group of 120, the church had suddenly become a movement. So what really happened on the day of Pentecost? It wasn't just wind, or fire, or people speaking in new languages. It was the moment God's Spirit came to live in his people, not in a temple, not in one chosen person, but in anyone and everyone who believes. It was the birth of the church, a global movement powered by love, truth, and the living Spirit of God. And here's the incredible part. That same Spirit is still available today. He still empowers. He still speaks. He still transforms ordinary people for extraordinary purposes.